explain it in simple terms? It's really quite complex. Wasn't there something about it on page 35? Oh, hello, Dad. Didn't see you.
If I were to say bubble gum, would that mean anything to you?
No?
Pink bubble gum.
No?
It was on the drive.
Oh.
I put my foot in it.
Nasty.
It could have been. I was putting the car away at the time. My foot stuck to the accelerator pedal and it went through the back of the garage.
Could have been an accident.
It was you, wasn't it?
What makes you think it was me?
Oh, we never had pink bubble gum on the drive before you came.
That doesn't mean it was me.
Well, you're not suggesting Mrs. Thompson started chewing it, are you?
I've no idea. Now, if you don't mind, I'm trying to study. This happens to be the most critical period of my life. I need peace and quiet.
And what are you studying?
History.
Oh, I was good at history. Perhaps I can help.
No, it's all changed since your day.
How could it have changed? History's history.
No, it's all different.
What period are you doing?
The Napoleonic Wars.
Do we still win?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. You want the date of the Battle of Trafalgar?
Why?
I want you to tell me.
Don't you know?
I know. The question is, do you?
Trafalgar.
Come on, you must have heard of Trafalgar, the famous sea battle where Lord Nelson was killed.
I know. He died in Hardy's arms. His last words were Kismet Hardy, which means fate. Or Kiss Me Hardy, which means something entirely different. No one's ever been quite sure.
At least they were sure of the date, which is more than you are. It was 1805.
Correct. Ask me another.
Right. Who was Chuck Berry?
Chuck Berry?
Now then, was he one of Napoleon's trusted aides? Did he serve on Wellington's staff? Or does he play the electric guitar?
Wonder how that got there.
You were reading it. Do you really think you're going to get your A-levels?
Well, it's not going to be easy. They don't give them away, but let's just say I'm quietly confident.
It's more than your teachers are.
How do you know?
I phoned your school today.
Ah, well, yes, before you say any more, just remember that one or two of them don't like me that say anything.
Oh? Who doesn't like you?
The headmaster, for a start.
Anyone else?
The head of upper school.
I see.
And the history teacher.
History?
And English.
Is that all?
Possibly geography.
But apart from that, you're fairly popular.
I suppose so, yeah.
You're living in a dream world, and I need a drink. Do you know what they said? They said you haven't spoken once in class this year, except whilst to go to the toilet.
About tonsillitis.
No, you hadn't. Headmaster said you hadn't made a single contribution to school life, either in work or sport.
Well, you can't with raging tonsillitis.
He said your lack of concern for the future had given him the impression that you were in receipt of a private income. Well, if that means me, you're going to be disappointed.
So he doesn't think I'm going to get my A-levels?
A-levels? He thinks the only way to get you out of that sixth form is to burn it down. He said if I'd seen your last report, which, incidentally, I appear to have signed for, thus adding forgery to your other accomplishments, I'd have known all this.
All right, I've had a bad year, but I have had tonsillitis.
No, you haven't had tonsillitis.
That's right. Call me a liar. How do you know I haven't had tonsillitis?
Because you haven't got any tonsils.
Haven't I?
No, you had a mark when you were 3.
I didn't know that. Why didn't someone tell me?
Well, does it matter?
Of course it matters. Taking someone's tonsils out and not even telling them. You know what this means?
What?
Glandular fever brought on by overwork. I think the best thing I can do is study quietly at home.
Headmaster thinks you're wasting your time. You should look for a job.
A job?
You've gone pale. Oh, come on, you must have thought about it. What would you like to do? What interests you?
Well, I like writing poetry.
Poetry? Well, that's a relief. Thought it might be something impractical. Of course, the country's crying out for poets. Can't get enough of them. If we're going to hold our own with the Japanese, we've got to turn out more poets. Who knows, you could become poet laureate. That's worth 70 quid a year.
I'm not interested in that sort of stuff. I'll be a rock poet and write lyrics for the big groups. I could become rich.
Good, then I can retire and you can buy me a bungalow.
You can laugh, but I've got talent.
Who says?
Adrian, for one.
Who's Adrian?
Someone I've met. Came to the house and I showed him my work. He was very impressed. And he's incredibly clever. He's got 3 A-levels.
I don't care how many A-levels he's got. I warned you about inviting people to the house.
I didn't invite him.
And what was he doing here?
Emptying the dustbins.
Emptying the dustbins? If he's so incredibly clever, what's he doing working on the dust cart?
It's nothing to be ashamed of. The driver's got a degree in political philosophy.
What? Yes, Enid?
Mr. Willows, do you mind if I have a word?
Oh, certainly.
Alone.
Oh. Perhaps you'd get some food, Matthew.
I've eaten.
I meant for me.
Oh, right. Would you like cheese on toast covered in beans and topped with a fried egg?
No.
I'll butter some bread.
Yes, Enid?
I just wonder how much more I can stand.
Oh, well, if the work's too much with the two of us,
It's not the work. I've just found something obscene under Matthew's bed.
It wasn't bubblegum, was it?
No. It was a book.
What sort of book?
A book with pictures of men and women.
Yes.
I'm sorry, something seems to have happened to my throat. Men and women in positions of intimacy.
May I see?
No, don't open it. If we were to look at those pictures together, our relationship could never be the same again.
You mean it doesn't leave much to the imagination?
I've never imagined things like that. If they're not physically impossible, they certainly lead to permanent injury. I was shocked, Mr. Willows. In fact, I lost the power of speech for several seconds. And I think I may have burnt out the Hoover.
Actually, it just looks like a sex manual to me, isn't it?
No, manuals of a Ford Populous, Mr. Willows. That is not a manual. That is filth.
Right, well, you get off now, Enid, and I'll have a word with him.
I wish you would. He's running wild. He should be at school, not sitting around smoking and playing records with his friend from the dust cart.
Don't worry, he won't be coming here again.
Mr. Willows, what that boy needs is a proper family life. He needs a woman around the house.
You could be right, but after seeing this, I wouldn't give much for her chances.
What's the matter with E.T.?
She just had a severe shock. She found something obscene under the bed.
Which one, yours or mine?
Yours! Don't think I want to read that sort of stuff.
I mean, you know it all.
You know what I mean. It's disgusting.
No, it isn't. Sex isn't disgusting.
Why'd you hide it under the bed?
Because I knew you wouldn't understand. I happened to be preparing myself for a fuller life. One day I hope to meet a girl with whom I can enjoy a deep and satisfying relationship.
Well, make sure she reads this book first. She might die of fright.
I hope she'll be enlightened.
Enlightened? She'll need to be a flaming acrobat. Well, where did it come from?
Adrian gave it to me.
I should have known. Now, listen, Toad. I don't want to hear the name Adrian again, and I don't want him coming to the house. I think the sooner you get back to school, the better.
Well, I suppose I could try the college.
You're not going there, full of glue sniffers.
I understand they're very good with emotional problems.
You haven't got any emotional problems.
Of course I've got emotional problems. I come from a broken home and my mother doesn't love me.
Well, she doesn't love me either, but I'm not emotional about it. Now, what you need is discipline.
No, I think I'd respond to a more relaxed atmosphere.
You get any more relaxed, you'll fall asleep. Well, you're not going to that college. A-levels are rarer than gold dust down there. Someone gets an O-level, they have a half-day holiday.
There's more to education than academic achievement. There is such a thing as becoming a complete human being. Don't you want that?
I'll settle for A-levels. I don't expect you to become a human being. I'll see if I can get into my old school.
Your old school?
Yes, yes. At least they still believe in discipline and hard work.
I can't go there.
Why not?
I'd have to wear a uniform.
So what?
I'd look like a schoolboy.
You are a schoolboy.
I'm old enough to die for my country.
Want to join the army?
No.
Then shut up.
There's something else. It's not co-ed.
So?
Well, that means there aren't any girls.
I know what co-ed means.
Yeah, but I think it's important to have daily contact with the opposite sex. Do you want me to leave school stammering, blushing and tongue-tied in the presence of a woman?
I'd prefer it to you jumping on her with this book in your hand.
I don't want to become one of those grammar school twits. One of those little know-alls.
So how can you be a know-all? You don't know anything. Well, all that's going to change.
The college turns out a more rounded person.
Oh, now we're back to women again.
Can we talk about this?
We've talked about it. Now, I suggest you get back to your studies. No, wait a minute. Is that all the bread?
Yeah.
Look, I am the breadwinner round here. Surely I'm entitled to more than one slice. Who's eating it all?
I can't tell you.
Why not?
I'm not supposed to mention his name.
Get out!
like.
Where have you been?
Having a look round.
You've certainly taken your time about it. I said 2 o'clock. I've taken an hour off work for this.
Thought I'd suss the place out first.
Suss it out? Listen, I've got news for you. You're the one who's going to be sussed out.
Where is he?
He's busy. He asked us to wait here.
Oh, if he's too busy to see me.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, be fair to him. He hasn't met you yet. Doesn't know what he's missing.
Don't know if I want to come here. Seen that boy waiting in the corridor?
Yeah.
He's crying.
Is he? Oh, so what?
He's gonna get the cane. Oh, yes, that's something you forgot to mention. Corporal punishment. You still believe in it here?
Well, I still believe in it.
How would you feel if they caned me?
I try and bear it with fortitude, my friend.
Well, I wouldn't. It's degrading.
Come on, you must have had the cane before.
No. We had the slipper.
Slipper?